Hello guys. Russia constantly repeats West is rotting, West is decaying, traditional values are only possible in Russia, Ruski mir against Western democracies, freedom and all the other stuff. Anyway, if you listen attentively to the people from Kremlin, if we can call them people, actually it is obvious West is hell on this earth. And then a question. Why so many children of Russian top politicians not only study but also stay in this rotting, decaying West? My name is Anna and I'm from Ukraine. I started vlogging straight after the beginning of full-scale Russian war against Ukraine, and together with you I'm trying to understand this evil and toxic paradox of Russia. You know, we are always honest on the channel, and I can predict some comments from Russian trolls who will say, children of Ukrainian politicians, children of Polish politicians travel abroad, study abroad, many of them stay abroad. Well, yes, it's okay. Many of us dream of exquisite apartments in Paris or expensive resorts in Switzerland or teaching children in London or New York. But we do not say this is decaying West. We do not threaten to target London with a nuclear bomb and at the same time send their children there. What is important here is this traditional Russian hypocrisy when they say one thing and do contrary. What truly amazes me is Russian population. I am sure the majority of them know that children of Putin, Peskov, Lavrov, and these are top Kremlin politicians, live and study abroad. And at the same time, they do not ask this question: if you send your children to these rotting countries, why do you say that these countries are rotting? Or do you wish your children evil? They also say that West attacks Russia, West destroys Russia. So once again, why do they send their children? Are they special agents that try to shake West from inside? I greatly doubt, because the majority of them live a typical, no, not Ruski mir, but Western lifestyle and choose internships in European Parliament or Louis Vuitton. Let's start with the daughter of the Kremlin spokesman, Peskov. Yes, it was her who studied in France since school and then had internship with Louis Vuitton and European Parliament. Together with her mom, she lives in a very big flat in the center of Paris. Well, I have to change the tense. Actually lived. Because sanctions affected Yelizaveta Peskova and she was very angry. And one of the comments that she used on her social media was, "It is crazy to sanction a girl." Well, as a girl, I can say it is not crazy if your father is responsible and supports the death of thousands of Ukrainians. And you say, it's okay. Every day we have to do something good. And for example, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, this is your chance to do something good and help Ukraine be more vivid and prominent in YouTube. Please subscribe, and if you're an old-time friend of the channel, like the video and share. Now, Sergei Lavrov. I know, it's difficult to listen to him, to look at him, the same about his children, but the majority of them from different marriages. By the way, it's another feature that contradicts Ruski mir. Putin, Peskov, Lavrov, and many Russian top politicians have dozens of lovers, wives, and it's impossible to find any logical order of them. So Lavrov has a number of daughters, stepdaughters, and for example, he is very active on social media. Daughter Yekaterina Vinokurova studied in London and New York. And what is interesting, she stayed in rotting West for 17 years and she actually liked it and had to return because of the sanctions. In our recent video where we spoke about, oh my god, lovers of Putin and the League of Safe Internet that is now under the control of his most recent lover, Ekaterina Mizulina. So this very Ekaterina Mizulina also graduated from London and then studied something in Moscow. It is a very typical approach. They send their children for decades to live, study, enjoy the West and get them a fake diploma of an ordinary Russian university in case they will need it. We see at the moment they desperately need it because the majority of international companies and organizations closed their doors. Why? Because all of these children, they support the actions of their parents. I know, sometimes we say that children should not be judged for the actions of their parents, but in case with these Kremlin people, they adore this violence and bloody money that they get from their families, and none of these children spoke openly against Russian war in Ukraine. And now, cherry is on the top, Putin and his children. As a classical dictator, Putin hides everything about his private life, and we don't know the number of his children. We can only be sure he has 2 daughters with his official wife Lyudmila, whom he divorced in 2013. So 2 daughters, Maria and Ekaterina, surprisingly live abroad. 2 of them have chosen to live in the European Union instead of beautiful Mother Russia. His eldest daughter, Maria, is married to a Dutch businessman. Maybe they have divorced already. I did not update this fact, but anyway, it was for a very long period of time, and they lived in a multi-million-dollar mansion in the Netherlands. His younger daughter, Ekaterina, spent most of her life in Biarritz in France. What bothers me most is that potentially they still live on the streets next to you. And despite all the sanctions, somehow they find maneuvers and options and loopholes to remain living in the countries that they so much detest, according to the speeches of their parents, the countries that Putin is ready to target with nuclear bombs. There are even rumors that Putin had serious quarrels with Alina Kabaeva, his longtime lover and mother of 3 of his children, and that she wants these children to live, grow up and study in Switzerland when he offers her, no, not Russia, but China. This is the greatest Russian hypocrisy. In Kremlin, no one believes in the future of Russia. In Kremlin, no one actually wants to live and their children to live in Russia. They do everything to send them away to beautiful democratic societies that, according to Ruski Mir doctrine, they hate so much. Traditional Russian values are actually lying and pretending. For a documentary project, Big Russian Lies, I have interviewed Luke Harding, who is a journalist for The Guardian. And I remember he shared his experience of interviewing some top Russian propagandists. Let me know in the comments below, would you like a separate video about Russian propagandists? And he said one message that was really difficult for me to accept, but deep down inside I understand it is true. The fact that all Russian politicians, propagandists, oligarchs very clearly understand they do evil. They know they kill innocent people, but somehow they enjoy it. And actually, we cannot reach their consciousness, soul or heart, and we have to stop doing it and finish Russia in a different military way. Thank you for buying me coffees and becoming my patrons. If you're new to the channel, remember to subscribe. And united we stand. Slava Ukraini!